Ghost Hunters, the media overhaul is here, and I have some bad news. You're gonna have to say goodbye to all the salt photos. The good news is there's a lot of cool new stuff like video and audio recording, along with some new animations and sounds. I'm going to do a quick breakdown for photos, videos, and sound media, and then afterwards I'll break down a game in detail. Here are some details you probably should know. The latest update brought on an overhaul to a few systems, the focus obviously being media, which now requires unique photos, video recordings, as well as sound recordings for a perfect investigation. All media rewards will also be multiplied by the reward multiplier, so you will be getting extra money. There are a few new photo types, such as EMF reading, freezing temperatures, 3 different ghost forms of shadow, dots, and physical, and there's probably more that we don't know about yet. A general rule of thumb is think of what makes sense for it to be a photo. Taking a photo of something like an object being thrown doesn't really convey that it was a ghost interaction, while something like taking a photo of unnaturally low temperatures in a house makes sense. Probably the best thing to come with this update is that there is no more star system, no more having to shove your face into whatever you're trying to take a photo of. And one final detail is that some photo types are moved to video capture and no longer count as photos. Think of things that have an animation, such as interactions, light switches, door movements, or disturbed salt. These are things that must be recorded with a video camera, and you might be confused, wondering, what do I take a photo of now? How do video and audio recording work? Don't worry, we're going to go into detail for each piece of media. Let's talk about photos. So a lot of the photo stuff is similar, but there are some new additions and changes. Things you can still take a photo of are burned crucifix, cursed object, ghost, dead body, UV fingerprints and footprints, dirty water, ghost writing, and the bone. While new photos can be EMF reading, freezing temperatures, and for ghost photo there's 3 different types: physical, shadow, and dots. There might be a few old ones that I missed and some new ones that we don't know about yet. My advice for photos is always going for a bone photo, cursed object photo, EMF reading, and burned crucifix. You need 5 photos for the new media section. Hopefully you can get 1 or 2 different ghost photos, or maybe another evidence photo. On harder difficulties, you're going to have less evidence and probably no cursed object. Honestly, my advice for this new system is playing by ear. If you can find the bone and get an EMF photo, that's great. Not to mention a burned crucifix photo is a guarantee. You might get some bad luck. Maybe you can't find the bone, or you're not getting evidence photos. I'd say just go for some duplicates and call it. I do want to say this media overhaul is a multi-person job. This isn't something one person can easily do by themselves. You're going to need all hands on deck, especially for this next part. Let's switch gears and talk about video. The timing of some of them can be a bit tricky, but if you know what to look for, isn't too bad. You can video things like ghost events, crucifix burning, blowing out candles, ghost orbs, door touches, items being thrown. It's pretty easy, as there'll be a prompt that pops up showing you if there's something that you can record. My usual strategy is sitting in the ghost room waiting for that to happen. The ones I find the easiest are objects being thrown and doors being touched. You need 5 different videos to fill up the video section of the media page. My advice for getting additional video is actually recording during a hunt. Have a smudge, get a long line of sight, and let the ghost come to you. Begin recording, and by the time it gets close you'll have a ghost video, and if the lights are also on, you'll get lights flickering video. Great tip is that you can even record videos from the truck. So if you have a camera set up and a friend just hiding in a closet, aim it at the ghost and hit record. Not only is it danger free, but the ghost videos are worth quite a bit. It's inevitable you'll just be waiting in the ghost room for something like freezing temperatures or ghost writing, so in the downtime, pick up a camera and wait. When you see this icon pop up on the screen, just hold the record button. Now let's go over sounds. I'd say this is similar to the video camera, as you're waiting for visual indication to start recording. The sounds you can record are hunting ghost, ghost event, mist form, Diogen breathing, EMF 5 reading, ghost writing, spirit box response, really any paranormal activity that gives off a sound. You don't need to do too much guesswork, as you'll see visual indications letting you know that there is a sound that can be recorded. The good news is you'll only need 3 different sounds, and I feel like it's pretty easy. My advice is wait in the ghost room with the sound recorder, and you'll notice the indications start to light up. On PC, hold right click to record the sound, and then let go once it's done. Sometimes you'll have to move around a bit to locate the sound. Just take note if the sound is getting quieter or louder, and use this to locate it. Like I said, it's similar to the video recording. Stand in the ghost room and wait for the cues on the device. Now this next section, I'm going to break down me collecting these different pieces of media. So like any match, I always start off by looking for the ghost room. While I'm doing so, I keep an eye out for the bone, as well as a cursed object if there is one. These photos are pretty free, so I would say always take them. Now now I found the ghost room. Not only that, I got an EMF reading which you can also capture a photo of. And just like that, before anything significant has happened, I have 3 out of the 5 photos. I then grabbed things like thermometer and UV for possible photos or evidence. And luckily it did a ghost event, so I made sure to grab the camera and take a picture of the ghost. I went ahead and grabbed a camera as I could check for ghost orbs, but also record things. Luckily I did get ghost orbs, which is free money and obviously evidence. While I was holding the video camera, the crucifix burned, which I could take a video of, as well as take my final photo. This is one of my favorites as it's guaranteed, and technically you could get a video, photo, and sound recording of it. Since the crucifix is burned up, I grabbed a smudge and prepared myself to take a video of the ghost hunting. As you can see, I held down the record button so I could immediately capture the ghost. In this game I was struggling to get both sounds and video, so I decided to get a motion sensor and a firelight. Luckily there's some lenience on the doors being touched, so I ran over and got a door moved video, which was my final video I needed. Now towards the end I was struggling to get more sounds. I found myself roaming around a lot trying to see if I can pick anything up. This ended up taking a while, but I eventually did get some ghost whispering in the kitchen. And since I was struggling, I was really trying to rely on this firelight being blown out. So I stayed on edge waiting for a hunt, but also ready to capture audio if need be. And with enough patience I finally got the firelight extinguished, which was my last piece of media to get a perfect investigation. As you can see, it can sometimes be pretty easy while other things can be quite difficult, whether you're not getting evidence you can photograph or the ghost isn't whispering or groaning much in the sound recorder. It takes a lot of patience and playing it by ear, as some of these matches it might be too difficult or borderline impossible to get a perfect game. Solo it's pretty difficult as this is definitely a multi-person job, and as you can see my strategy is just hanging around the ghost room. There can be a lot of downtime for waiting for things like freezing temperatures or dots, so in that meantime always have a camera or sound recorder on you. For photos it's mainly just the usual things: bone photo, cursed possession, crucifix, EMF reading, and for video and sound just stand there until you start seeing the lights pop up. It's that easy, but just take some patience and time. Hopefully you found this helpful, and let me know how you like this update. Do you like recording sound or video more? And as always, thank you so much for watching.